has been beautiful. They absolutely light each other up. Christy's joy, laughter, creativity are contagious. And they're just a wonder to be around. So we're gathered here today to celebrate Dominic and Chrissy and their togetherness, to celebrate their love and commitment to one another. I'd like for all of you to imagine 20 years from now. And I want you to know that your role here today matters, each and every one of you. I want you to know that you provide a piece of the family and the community and the support that these two people deserve. This is Dominic and Chrissy's beautiful love story, and we get to be a part of it. They were kind enough to give us some question and answers, and we'd like to read them for you now. So the first question I have was when did you meet Dom? And what was your impression the first time you met him? So, do you want me to read this? Go for it. She says, I met Dominic at a networking event for young professionals hosted by the Urban League. He didn't know that it was an organization for black people, and he showed up with his white best friend. You could say that they stood out. He was confident and easy to talk to, and he felt like a safe place to start in a room full of strangers. When and how did you realize you were in love with each other? I'm not 100% sure, she says. I just kept not getting enough of him. Describe the moment Dom has made you laugh the hardest. I laughed so hard and cried so much that my face was crusty with salt by the end of this giggle fit. He was the last person in a game of telephone, and his delivery was pure genius. What are some strengths that Dom brings to your relationship that you love? Dominic is the best person helper. If someone needs a shoulder, they will always find it in him. I love that he takes delight in listening to people in a way that makes them feel heard. I love that multiple times I have overheard someone at a party express relief that Dominic was talking to the person during a very rough time. If you wrote a song about your love together, what would the song title be? We got legs. Yeah. What made you realize that what you had together was a beautiful and lasting thing? Chrissy says he challenges me and nudges me into areas of discomfort that precipitate growth. I do the same for him. He brings a playfulness to life that reminds me how to live more freely. We share a passion for helping bring light and joy to the world around us. We are complementary. I shine brighter because he shines his light on me. We agree we can make our lives whatever we want them to be, so why not make them awesome?
All right. We've asked Dominic a few questions as well. And Dominic has given me responses in a very Dominic voice. I'm not going to try to imitate it, but I'm going to read what he wrote. So, I asked him, what was your first impression of Chrissy when you met her for the first time? Nice smile. Fancy lady. 10 out of 10, instant gut lady interest. I'm going to talk to her. And I asked, describe a bit about your first date with Chrissy. Dominic says, I said to her, do you want to go on a hike? She said, yeah. Turns out she was journaling that she wanted a man to ask her that. I picked her up at her house, where she suddenly looked way less fancy and spewed the current chaos of her life on me, thinking she might scare me off. Didn't work. Anyway, the hike was dope. I remember one particular... I remember at one point in particular where we were both standing in a tree. The evening light came through the canopy right onto her. I got a strong sense of something. deep about her and about us being together here and now. I also asked, what are 3 words you would use to describe Chrissy to someone who doesn't know her? Shiny, crafty, competent. I also asked, what are some ways your friends and family can help you two build on your relationship from this day forward? Dominic has said cash, Venmo, Zelle, Bitcoin, precious metals. But seriously, to help us grow as individuals, to ask one what they're doing to support the other, to share beautiful moments with us, and to complement our relationship. And lastly, what made you realize that what you two had together was a beautiful and lasting thing? And he says, for having done it for a ridiculously long time and realizing I can't really imagine it any other way, the 500th time we had a 10 out of 10 day together, having made it through hard times, how much she wants to grow old with me on a porch. All right, y'all. It's your turn.
Okay.
Who wants to start?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're going to say their vows to each other. At the end, they're going to give their rings, I believe, to each other.
I believe.